Have you ever noticed the most powerful voice in your life is the one no one else can hear? It's not your parents, not your friends, not even your enemies. It's the voice inside your own head. That voice decides if you rise or fall, if you take action or freeze in fear. The strangest part, most people don't even realize they're hypnotized by their own words. One phrase, repeated in your mind long enough, can become your reality, even if it's a lie. That's how invisible chains are created, not by the world outside you, but by the sentences you whisper to yourself every single day. So here's the chilling question: are you building your life with those whispers, or are you slowly destroying it? The silent voice that controls you. There is a voice that follows you everywhere, yet no one else hears it. It's in the pauses when you make a decision, in the quiet moments before you fall asleep, and in the instant when you look into the mirror. This voice is your self-talk, the silent scriptwriter of your entire life. Most people underestimate its power, thinking thoughts are just harmless clouds passing by. But here's the darker truth: this voice is not neutral. It commands, it dictates how you see yourself, how you respond to challenges, and even how you allow others to treat you. Every time you doubt yourself, it is this voice whispering that you are not enough. Every time you hesitate when opportunity appears, it is this voice pulling you back into comfort. Imagine for a moment that this voice is like a hidden master, steering your choices without you ever questioning it. How much of your life right now is the result of your deliberate actions, and how much is simply you obeying the silent voice you've carried since childhood? That's the unsettling realization. Self-talk is not background noise. It's the architect of your behavior, shaping the invisible rules you follow every single day. Words that turn into reality. Words are not just sounds, they are commands to your subconscious mind. Every phrase you repeat, whether out loud or silently, plants a seed. Some seeds grow into strength, belief, and courage. Others grow into doubt, insecurity, and fear. But here's the dark twist: your mind does not care if the seed is true or false. It only knows repetition. The more a line is repeated, the deeper it digs into your identity. Think of it like this: every "I can't," "I'm not good enough," or "I always fail" is a program being installed. Over time, those programs become so automatic that they shape how you think, act, and even feel about yourself. And because your actions follow your thoughts, life begins to align itself with the story you tell. People unknowingly trap themselves in patterns of failure, not because they are incapable, but because their self-talk has already convinced them they are. It's like living under a spell you cast on yourself, repeating words so often that they become reality. This is why some people stay small no matter how much they desire more. Their words have already written the boundaries of their future. The trap of negative loops. Negative self-talk is not random. It follows a dangerous pattern. Have you ever noticed how one bad thought invites another until your mind feels like a storm you can't escape? That is the loop. It begins with a single thought like "I'm not good enough." Your brain then collects evidence to prove it true: memories of past mistakes, doubts about the future, comparisons with others. Before you realize it, the single thought has multiplied into a spiral, convincing you that it is reality. This loop is addictive because the brain is designed to focus on danger, even imagined danger. It clings to negativity as a way of protecting you, yet in doing so, it traps you in fear and hesitation. What makes this so destructive is that most people never notice the loop. They simply accept it as their personality. "This is just who I am," they say, when in reality it's just who they've repeated themselves into becoming. Here's the haunting part: the loop is not locked. You could step out at any moment, but the longer you remain inside, the more natural it feels to stay trapped. Many live their entire lives in this cage, never realizing the key was always in their hands. Self-talk as a weapon or a wound. Self-talk is a double-edged sword. It can sharpen you into someone unshakable, or it can wound you so deeply that you bleed confidence in silence. When you learn to control it, your inner voice becomes an ally, preparing you for challenges, silencing fear, and reminding you of your strengths in critical moments. But when neglected, it becomes your harshest critic, repeating lines that cut deeper than any insult from the outside world. This is the paradox. No enemy can harm you as much as your own self-talk when it turns toxic. Yet no I can strengthen you as much as your own words when they turn empowering. Imagine facing a difficult moment. If your self-talk says, "You've failed before, you'll fail again," your energy collapses. But if it says, "You've survived worse, you'll handle this too," your entire posture changes. That's the secret weapon hidden inside you. The same voice that wounds you can also protect you, but only if you train it. The difference between those who crumble and those who rise is not that one is fearless, it's that one has learned to use their inner voice as armor while the other lets it remain a wound. Rewriting the script of your mind, your life is a story, and self-talk is the scriptwriter. Every line you repeat to yourself is like dialogue written into the movie of your existence. If you keep replaying words of doubt and limitation, the ending will always look the same. But here's the hidden power. You can rewrite the script at any moment. Just like an author can change the storyline, you can change the internal dialogue shaping your future. It doesn't happen overnight because the old lines are deeply engraved. But with conscious repetition of new, empowering words, the brain begins to adapt. It starts to accept the new story as truth, just as it once accepted the old one. The difference between being trapped in a cycle and breaking free lies in this rewriting process. The moment you begin feeding your mind lines of strength, possibility, and resilience, your actions shift, and with them, your reality. This is not just positive thinking, it is psychological reprogramming. The ending of your life's story is not written in stone. It's written in the whispers you choose to keep repeating. Change the script, and you change the outcome.